That thing may be an elephant, but since it's wielding 2 axes and looks like a ninja, it's gonna be on a stampede soon! Run! Ninja Steel Zords, out of the shadows. Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? Black Xana here with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at is the Saban's Power Rangers Ninja Steel Deluxe Rumble Tusk Megazord. So here we are, and there they are. And first and foremost is a quick look at the packaging. So what I'm going to do here is just take these toys off to the side. Off to the side. We'll get to them in just a moment. And have a look at the packaging itself. So in the front of the box, you've got basically a nice, well, it just basically looks like a big window. You've got Power Rangers Ninja Steel here, all new with the Red Ranger cardboard that sits in the middle when you get this. Battle gear included. It comes with a bonus figure, and of course you've got a red Ninja Steel Ranger throwing a elemental star. Warning, choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years, so if you got kids that are 3 years old and under, so don't let them anywhere near this. This is meant for 4 and up. So, and of course, you've got the 5 Zords that make up the Megazord, and it's Zord Builder. Oh, excuse me. On the side of the box, you've got, well, basically the Rumble Tusk Megazord all formed up. On the back of the box, you got your obligatory product shots. Zord Builder, collect and combine all you see here to mix and match. Hey, it's Zord Builder. It can happen. Plus, Megamorph vehicles. They don't strike me as interesting, but I'm not going to complain. So, and of course, again, the 5 Zords that make up the Megazord, 5-inch figure compatible. So if you want, if you got a 5-inch figure and you want to put it right inside the cockpit, hey, why not? That's your option. On the other side of the box, you got another shot of the Rumble Tusk Megazord all formed up. On the bottom, basically nothing except for a Saban Brains logo. And on the top of the box, just basically nothing. Almost like the front. So, and I see a cardboard is just falling straight down to the bottom. So, it's pretty much it for the packaging, so alley-oop. I'm going to have to clean up that mess. So now let's bring our toys in. So, we got Nitro Zord, a somewhat Dragon Zord, Kodiak Zord, Zoom Zord, and of course the highlight of this set, the Rumble Tusk Zord. So basically these are the 5 Zords that make up the entire Megazord. They look alright. I mean, comparing with the Ninja Steel Megazord, well, I'll put it to you honestly. What gets me with this set is the color scheme, and I can just tell you right now, I don't like it. As soon as I saw the box for Rumble Tusk, I was kind of thinking, we're just going to get the Zord itself, right? Right? Wrong. They gave us an entire Megazord for it. I would have been just happy if they gave us just the Zord itself with the all the auxiliary components. I mean, green, silver, orange, and gold. No offense to anyone, but this just doesn't strike too well with me. So, but who am I to complain? If you want to get this, it's your prerogative. So before we get on to Rumble Tusk, let's get on with the other 4 Zords and compare them with their Ninja Steel Megazord counterparts. So starting right off the bat with this, it's my most least favorite. That will be the Ninja Steel Dragon Zord. And, I gotta hand it to you. For this one, not only do they change the color scheme for Dragon Zord, they also rip out both the sword and the wings for this, and just leave him as a single unit arm. Of course, he gets to keep the Ninja Steel logo on his chest, which, as you can see here, in fact, let me remove this. Make him look the same. So they get to keep pretty much the gold emblems on their chests. That also indicates they can sit in the cockpits. However, without any additional wings or sword to make a sort of dragon formation, plus a spare hand, this is basically what you get. Gold trims, orange lanterns for the shoulder pads, as well as more orange for the connection system. I'm gonna even go there. Silver mask gets changed into a gold one. Red eyes stay the same. In fact, I think the gold and silver got switched for this. Wow. Oh. Okay, so that's what I get for not paying attention. Huh. Oh. But overall, quality on this toy is fairly good. As I'm filming this right now, it's not cheap plastic, I'll give you that, except around the arms. They feel cheap. Well, careful how you move them. Speaking of moving, the only articulation on this little dragon arm are basically the arms itself. You can move him up, you can move him down. That's basically it. So once again, Ninja Steel Dragon Zord, still my least favorite. Don't like him. Moving right along, Nitro Zord. Given with the same color scheme as a Dragon Zord, let's see. Flap is gold. He's got more of a green and orange cockpit window. Gold trims around the fist, as well as the shoulder pads. There's that orange lantern again. But just about the same as the Ninja Steel Megazord Nitro Zord. It does roll fairly. I mean, all the wheels are pretty much movable. This would have worked a lot better with construction paper. I should have grabbed a sheet before doing this. No might complain. But as far as it looks the same, so does the transformations. Of course, we'll get into that part a little later. As much as color scheme goes into this, I still don't like this color scheme. I mean, there's just so much green in there. Give us, dang it, Bandai, you should have just given us the Rumble Tusk Zord and be done with it. I guess too many of us are expecting Japanese quality. I guess that's the price to pay. Anywho, making their way right down the track and into the station, it's Zoom Zord. Well, Zoom Zord is basically the same shape as its counterpart, but again, that color scheme. Gah! I may toss this one down to shredder. But then again, why would I? The only difference with this, besides being the same, is that instead of the pink we get down from across the window, straight down towards the metal section, that's all painted over. Orange on each end, gold trims for that window. As you can see here, it's silver. And then silver all the way from the back of the window, straight down the line to the Megazord knee guards. And unlike the other side, well, it's not white, but more orange. So, that's basically it for you. And yet, the Zord Builder connector parts are basically all the same. I wonder if I should attach a few weapons. Maybe later, in another video. And yet, finally, with the counterparts, it's Kodiak Zord. And just like the last time, he's so adorable and little precious. I'm not sure if I would go for a silver gray metallic, even though it doesn't shine like one, along with the green for the emblem. No, but what can I say? He's still so adorable. He's just too precious. And hey, since I got two of them now, mix and match. I'm still not going to let my sister get a hold on one of these. She can go get her own. Ha! Hey, who can say that now? The two little precious little doggies, eh? Eh? I might have a litter of these things. Wait, is that even possible? Nah. But all the while, same details with Kodiak Zord. It's just a different color scheme, same molds. So it's basically same transformations within Zoom Zord. So, only articulation, it's a head. So, still little precious little things. So now that we've gone through the 4 basic Zords that make up the Megazord, now it is time for the main attraction, and that will be Rumble Tusk Ninja Zord itself. I'm starting to get tongue-tied again. I shouldn't be doing this. So anyway, Rumble Tusk is just basically a, well, he's an elephant, as you can tell. So, big ears on the side, got a nice long trunk. I would have to say very tiny tusks on either side of him. He does carry the Ninja Steel emblem on his chest, or I should say his head that will become the chest soon. So evidently it also means that he'll be sitting inside the cockpit. So Rumble Tusk does come with a bit of a transformation, but we'll get to that in just a little bit in a moment. So he's got some nice, very nice detail along the side of him. So you can see there's his alternate head poking out. So now what makes Rumble Tusk very different is that he carries the Shuriken within his body, unlike a Robo Red Zord. So for comparison, let me bring in Robo Red, standing as he is. He's starting to fall on me. I don't mean that. Yeah. And of course, his little Zord star. So now, as I've said before, this particular item is carried within Rumble Tusk's body. I haven't figured out if Rumble Tusk is compatible with it, so maybe we should try that out. So, let's see. Mine is a bit stubborn here, so what I'm going to do is bring in a kitchen knife, and how I'm going to separate is that there's a small gap in between the head and the Zord star. I'm going to poke this in and gently, because every time when I try to get the head off it, I'm afraid I might break the darn thing if I yank it. So I'll just set that aside. Let's see here. Just flip this up and no. Okay, so it's not compatible. I thought this would be compatible. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, there goes that. Oh, I feel silly now. I'll just snap that right out. But yeah, again, if you have like a symbol, then that means these Zords can sit in the chest. So since Robo Red Zord can do that, I feel like I'm getting off topic here. Well, in any case, trying to switch Zord stars with this head, well, that failed. Oh well. But anyways, as far as this elephant mode goes, I pretty much like it. So now it's time to get Rumble Tusks into a transformation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring back in this kitchen knife. Separate the head. Come on. There we go. Set the knife to the side. Take this little headpiece off. Remove the Shuriken Zord star. And so we just basically take this off and to the side for right now. Next comes the metal section and separate that. What happens is there are a couple of clips here that unclip from over here, and of course there's a double clip right here, which means he can go into the cockpit, at least for this main section. Right. So just set this down for right now. Straighten out the legs, make them all nice and tall. So flip up the robot head. Bring in the headpiece, which will now become the chest piece. Just And how you do that is that there's a peg here, a nice hole right here. Just gonna set that right in like so. Make sure he's standing up right. We're trying to turn towards the back. We're going to be using these two clips again. Only we won't be reattaching it with this. What we're going to do is take this section and split it in half. So like so. Looks like you got a couple big axes there. Well, that's only for Megazord mode. What we want to do is just flip them right over. You see you got a pair of cannons there. So, and instead we'll be using these clips. So what you want to do is take one side, take the other, clip it right on, and look, what do you know, Rumble Tusk has some firepower. Now, as much as I like this figure, I've got just one bit of a disappointment with this. And that would be, well, it's those solar cannons. Ah! I know I've said this once before, but I think you know what it is. And yeah, I wish it was like the Japanese version to this. I mean, this just doesn't sit too well with me. Yeah. But overall, it's not too bad. So I'm not going to complain. So basically, like Robo Red Zord, I'm going to have to say 4 inches again. So this time we've got our ruler. So let's see here. It looks to be about almost 5 inches. Oh no, wait, that's from the shoulder. We want the head. So I have to say about roughly 4 1/4 to 4 1/2. Lighting's not doing good on me right now. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, he's basically okay. Now that we have gone through all these Zords, it is time to combine. So, basically taking the 4 main into the standard Megazord section. First I'm going to take this Ninja Star and slip up the head. It was a bad day for me to clip my nails. And just leave it like that for right now. Set that off to the side. Take Nitro Zord, rip him apart, and basically just like his counterpart, fold in the wheels, bring in the main body, and attach. Slip out this little clip. We'll need it for later. Take Zoom Zord and Kodiak into that little slot he goes. Raise up his head. Raise up his foot. And the other foot. Disconnect in the middle. And boom, you got a pair of legs. Bring back in Nitro Zord and attach. There's one. There's two. Raise up the camera. He's gonna be a big boy here. Take your single-armed Dragon Zord and attach. And there you go. That's basically done for the main section of the Megazord. So we'll set him off to the side. Bring in Rumble Tusk. Lower the camera down. So what we want to do here is, well, it's basically simple. Just detach the shoulder cannons and have them as axes. Okay. Send them off to the side for right now. And what you want to do with Rumble Tusk is, basically like Rubber Red Zord, get him into a sitting position, and sorry to say that Rumble Tusk cannot hold the handles. He doesn't have opposable arms. Now, unless this was a 5-inch figure, he would have opposable arms. Sadly, I don't have him. This is all I got. But anyway, bring the Megazord back in. And trying to get Rumble Tusk to fit inside that cockpit is not quite easy. So what you do is basically swivel these handles outwards. I hate those handles. They're not going to be cooperative. So get them nice in there. And try to line up the 2 clips in the back. It's not always easy when you do this. So, as soon as you get them lined up, that means Rumble Tusk is in, and he won't be going anywhere. Bring back in these axes. Give him 1. Give him 2. Ugga jugga. Yeah, not happening. Although it might be possible. Lastly, bring in the Zord Star and pop it on top. Hope that's secure. Just bring down the faceplate, and there you have is the deluxe Rumble Tusk Megazord. And I've got to say, he's a bit of a big boy. And I want to say he looks somewhat Indian, yet chief-like. Who knows? And for one last comparison, here he is with the Ninja Steel Megazord. And as much as I've said this time and time again throughout this review, I don't like that green color scheme. It's annoying. Rumble Tusk, sure, I can handle with just Rumble Tusk and his weapons. But the entire Megazord, ugh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to throw that away into storage or do something else with it. Now, with Rumble Tusk, you can somehow get it into the Ninja Steel Megazord and have it like that, so it only takes about a few simple steps. Well, first off, take Ninja Steel Megazord, remove the sword, remove the arm, or at least the arm of Nitro Zord. Don't worry, we'll put it back on soon. And remove the helmet. We won't be needing this. Take Robo Red Zord out of the cockpit. And just change him completely into his arm mode. See what I'm doing here. And this was one particular mode I kind of liked it back in Ninja when I was watching the subtitles. Next, take the Nitro Zord arm and plug it right into the back. And if you do this, it's going to make the entire thing back heavy. Unlike the Japan version, the whole thing is well balanced. So, I'm just going to raise both arms up, get these handles situated forward, and, well, I'm going to let this off to the side for right now. Easy. Okay. Bring in Rumbled Tusk. Remove the headpiece. Remove the axes. We're going to be transferring everything over. And, of course, get Rumbled Tusk out of there. And just set the Megazord compartment to the other side. Bring in our top heavy. And just put Rumbled Tusk right inside. There we go. There's that. Put the head back on. Now, you think that he would be balanced like this, right? Wrong. Bring in the axes, one in each hand, and this will help him out. Now, if you somehow lower the arms, he's just going to get top heavy again and fall right over. And this is one of the most particular modes I kind of like. So if you have Rumbled Tusk from the Rumbled Tusk Megazord and the Ninja Steel Megazord, you can get a formation just like this. And it works. Now the big difference is from the other suit that he doesn't have the wings to make a shield. This one does. So, and I gotta say, I do like it, so I kind of prefer it this way. And for some of you who are watching this and hate it, that's your prerogative. Haters will hate. I'm not going to throw you out, so just don't go causing trouble, please. Now, the box did say the Megazord was compatible with the 5-inch figures. Well, here's the Megazord with our 1993 Red Ranger sitting in the cockpit. So, there's some red and green to throw around, clashing, yet Christmas is so next month. Well, this is one way to be early. Now, if you were looking to get this for yourself, or maybe for your son, daughter, niece, nephew, or at least a kid who is at the age of 4 and up and want to get this for them or for yourself, I would say go for it. The Megazord is Zord Builder compatible. It can handle the stress of any child that can throw at it. So, and if you want to collect it, that's okay too. So, who am I to argue? So anyway, I think that's it for this video, and there we have is the deluxe Rumbled Tusk Megazord from Power Rangers Ninja Steel. And this is Black Xana saying, tower deactivated, and I will see you all until next time. Bye.
So let me see if I understand this right. We have another ninja on the shelves? Huh. So be it. Unlike Prime, I'm not going to be losing my head over this. I'll blast him the first sight I see him. I'll just sneak up behind him and blast his head off. Heh, it's hunting season for an elephant anyway. It'll be a golden opportunity when his guard is down. Heh. This'll put the Decepticons one step ahead of those stupid Autobots. They won't know what hit him.
Too bad your back isn't guarded.
What the... Oh, for Prime's sakes! How was I supposed to know he was behind my back? No, there's only one thing for this. Barricade! Get over here! Put my head back on! Barricade! Where is that idiot? Barricade! Skywarp! Where are you guys? Somebody help me!